Hello everyone, this is Ben. I just wanted to take you through a quick overview of how to use a discussion board. So if you've never used a discussion board, you get there by clicking on the discussion board button on the left side. And then when you land in our discussion board, you're going to see a number of possibilities here. This is just one example, but what you're going to see here is a description. So I pose a question, or I introduce you to some idea or topic, and then I ask you to research it, typically cite your references, and then comment to your other learners in your class. So in order to do that, you go through this, you get an idea in your head. Sometimes what you might want to do though here is actually copy and paste this information. So if you select it by left click and drag, it'll highlight the text. You can right click and say copy. Then if I click on the link to the forum right here, so here's the link to the forum, and I call them D1, D2, D3. That stands for discussion 1, discussion 2, discussion 3. That way when they show up in the gradebook, it shows up as D1 and it's not written out as discussion 1. It's just easier to see in the gradebook. When you get here, you're going to click on create thread, and then you're going to type in your response or your title here. So the subject of this one might be Ben's ideas. And then I'm going to go in here and I might hit Control V for paste, and I pasted the discussion question right back in here. And this way I can read through it again, and I can make sure that as I get down here, I can, let's see if I can hit enter here, and I can go ahead and respond. So I'll type my response, and that'll all go in here. And then when I'm done with this part, I can just select it and delete it. So that's maybe how you would go about it. You don't need to do that. That's just one idea. So when you're all done, you're going to go down here and then you're going to hit submit. So now, if I went back out the discussion board, you can see here's the forum again. I click on the forum, but now there's actually a thread in here, and it's Ben's ideas. So I can click on Ben's ideas and I can read what Ben wrote. And then if I have an idea that I'd like to share with Ben, or a comment or a suggestion, I can click on reply, and I'll go ahead and type my reply right here, and then I'll click on submit. And so you can see here's the initial thread and here's the reply, and so on and so forth. So if you're going back out, let me go back out to forum 1 here. And by the way, this breadcrumb trail across the top lets you navigate just as easily as the backspace or the back button does here too. So here's a thread. You can see it's got 2 total posts now. I'm going to click on the thread, and so I can see the initial thread, and here's a reply post into the overall forum of discussion 1. So that's just a real quick overview of how to work, navigate, and respond inside of a discussion board. If you've got more questions about that, feel free to get in touch with me, and I'll be glad to take you through it.